All right. Good morning. Good morning. Let me get this up. All right. Get that out to the team. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Looks like we had some people had notifications on for the stream, which is good. Let me get trading view up, and we should be good to go. I'll put you guys over here. Kevin, what's up, man? How are you? How are you doing? All right. See what we got today. Quite the gap up. Wow. Okay. Sure, I got Thinkorswim open. It's good there. All right. What are we thinking today? This might be a tough one. Yeah, it's more of a gap up than I was anticipating. All right. Not the end of the world. Balmy 60 degrees here this morning. Yeah, we're nice and warm this morning. 30 degrees, my phone says. That's nice. Harley, good morning. How are you, man? All right. PLTR didn't move. Fair enough. Unfortunately, it's no great opportunity to trade it. Maybe if we get up to supply up here, maybe. Could look for a short off of that. Obviously pretty bearish. Could look for that. I just don't know if the market's going to rally with that jobs report. It might. That'd be my only worry there. Zach, good morning. How are you? Let's get... Yeah, it's fine. All right. Ooh, Apple could be good. That could be good. We'll see where we actually open. Yeah, that's going to depend. It's going to depend on what we do. We do have a nice 30-minute demand here as well. So if this doesn't end up being TLM, if we actually open up here and kind of just move up, this could just be a nice supply and demand play. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Could be good. Goo gaps up. Okay. No demand there. I mean, we could look, if the market goes down, we could look to short that. I don't love the trend though. Could look to short it though. We'll see. Alex, good morning. How are you, man? Amazon, pretty bearish after earnings. Still think 208 is so low. That's just crazy to me. I mean, we have a 1 hour supply right around 210. I guess there's a world we look for a short off of that. So I'll draw that out. Put that there. Q, good morning. How are you? Meta. Again, could look for a short if we don't rally. We did kind of bounce off this demand. We did go a little below it, but pretty decent reaction off it looks like. I wouldn't mind it though if we do come down a little bit this morning. AMD. Where even are we on this chart? Again, maybe another TLM candidate. To about $79. We don't really have demand or anything. Could move lower today, but not going to have anything to trade there. NVIDIA jumps up. Looks like a whole lot of nothing here. Luflix, good morning. How are you? Microsoft jumps up a little bit. Nothing crazy. Maybe a 45 there. Depends where we open. We're kind of in a, could say a 1 hour demand there. I don't love that. 45 is a little cleaner. Guess that'll kind of go up to that same point anyways, though. Yeah. See what we do off of that. We did bounce off demand here. I'll have to keep that in mind. Yeah, I might end up staying away from that, but we'll watch it. AVGO. Could say 30-minute supply. One hour is pretty clean as well. Let's draw out 30-minute here. See what that does. Tesla, we're not at supply. Not really anything here for me. Nothing at all. Coin gap's down. Who is surprised? Not me. Probably nothing there. TSM up a good amount actually. It closed at 361 yesterday. 362 actually. It's about $6 gap up. Over a $6 gap up actually. Not bad. Oracle gaps up as well. Again, if we come down, if we're looking a little more bearish, I like it. MU, good push up. We're opening inside supply. Don't know if I would really look to short this. Keep an eye on it though. SoFi doesn't move. And HIM's right back down towards 17. Walmart coming down. Okay. Visa possibly for TLM short. Their spreads are pretty bad though, so I don't know if I would trade that. Take a quick peek at the rest of these. Boeing, again, possible TLM short. We will see. Shop at earnings today, right? Yeah, 140. Wow, good move. I didn't even see their earnings report. They just missed on revenue, barely missed. On their earnings, sorry, EPS. And beat revenue decent amount. Okay. Give me 1 second. I gotta blow my nose on. All right. Yeah, don't need you guys to hear that. Very good though. All right. Uber doesn't move. Only thing I'd really look for there would be a short. We're not really set up for that. That's fine. Okay. I think we have a decent amount of things to look at. Let me put this out. All right, got that out. I know John posted his watch list. We can add Uber, TLM, Amazon, PLTR. I think Uber's trend is just too bearish. Amazon and PLTR, I do agree with that idea. See where Amazon opens. I really, yeah, I don't mind maybe an Amazon push up with TLM. The market does rally a little bit. We just need it to not instantly rally. That's the thing. We'll create a little bit of demand here with the gap up, which will be nice. Let's just put that up there. Question is with these two. Do I actually like them? I don't know. I really like Amazon. I really like Apple, to be honest. Especially if we move up. I like both of those a lot. Jesus Christ. Just rip that out of my ear. AVGO as well. I just don't know if I'd want a short Goog. We definitely could. I don't know. Seems like Uber's in consolidation. Yeah. I mean, it is. Definitely is. I don't know. I'm kind of looking at like just recent history, what we've done. It's been a lot of bearishness. But I mean, yeah, if we could like with something like this, like theoretically, if we could kind of come down and bounce off this and get a good break to the upside, I wouldn't mind it. So we'll keep an eye on it. I just don't know if it'd be my favorite with the trend it's in. That's my only thing. This is Boeing's interesting as well. Just don't really break anything. I kind of want to watch that. I don't know if I'll trade it, but I do want to watch it. How about coin for short? It already dropped. I don't really know what you could find here. That's the problem. We did have a nice clean bounce off supply. I don't know what you're looking for down here at 159. You don't really have anything. Talk to you later on my watch list. I'm busy. Yeah. No worries, Tony. Let me know, dude. See, it looks like Spine Q's still going to open in that same spot. Same with IWM. I just don't know if PLTR gets down there. I guess I could just draw this out just in case we do. I can't believe Hood missed revenue. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, I guess we'll see where we go from here. If anyone has anything they're looking at that I'm not, please put it in chat. Let me know. Odds of another U.S. government shutdown in 3 days surged to 75%. Interesting. Interesting. Also got a nice little whiteboard now. If anyone picked up on that. Shout out Logan. Logan was telling me to invest in one. And we'll see. We'll see if it pays off. I was wondering at IWM yesterday why you looked to enter Simply Good Market Strategy. Yeah, I got a couple questions about it. IWM was not one of those trades yesterday, if you were in the live, that I was like super duper sold on. So I want to make that clear off the jump. Secondly, with it was simply just like a good market structure continuation trade. That's all it was. Like scalpy kind of structure of that upwards move, which pretty quickly did turn into a down move, I believe. If I looked at it. So we had sort of this structure. It was just kind of the continuation up, bounce down, up. I think most people had their stop around here and got out pretty quickly on one of these pushes up. But you could have held it even to like this previous high, made a little bit more of a high, and then ended up dipping the rest of the day. But yeah, it was a clean, straight up market structure. No demand, no supply, just playing the move of the market. Adam, good morning, man. How are you? Let me make sure I got this up as well. Which I do. This should be fine. Yep, it's fine. All right. Everything opens. Oh, Oracle is opening much lower than I thought it would. You have a little 45-minute here. Could look for a bounce off of that. Yeah, Amazon's not going to really end up gapping up that much. AVGO is going to get above supply. Okay. Interesting. It looks like we'll open up above supply. I'll draw out the 1 hour. We'll see if we stay inside that, but it looks like we're going to push up above. Looks like MU will push up above as well. MU, I was never really going to short that. It was more just watching that move, but if that's going to open higher, that's fine. Goog's actually opening lower, which is interesting. Microsoft might get a bounce right off of that. Right off of that supply. Draw that one on there just in case. Looks like Boeing's going to open higher as well. That probably won't happen. Apple opens higher. Okay. A little bit of an Apple rip this last 2 minutes. Do you watch the market before open? Yeah. I mean, not super closely. I don't look at like extended trading hours if that's what you're asking. At least not often. But Oracle's really going up. You're way above that high. All right, let's see what we do. Wow, Apple rips. Okay. AMD coming down. Again, I really wouldn't hate a short on something like AMD. Really wouldn't. If we can get good structure. Oracle as well. Amazon needs a lot. Okay, so AVGO does bounce off that supply. It's kind of unfortunate though. That drop is pretty gnarly. So I don't know exactly what we're going to end up doing with that. Do not know what we'll do with that. Goog pushing up. Looks like that's going to end up going higher. Microsoft actually does open right at the bottom of the high. Yeah, Uber falls off. Can't say I'm super surprised by that. Boeing falls off as well. Meta rips. Oracle rotates all the way through already. So probably done. They're probably done with that. What's AVGO doing? Came back up. See if that high holds. If that high holds, again, could look for a short here. Really need that high to hold though. What's your retrace on something like this? We're already kind of pushing through that. Something like that could have actually been pretty good. Would have been quick. Definitely could have been good though. Apple coming back down. This hits supply at all? No. Supply is up there. That should be enough of a retrace, right? Ooh, don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. Especially if we're going to keep moving up. Let's see. See where this goes. See if we can hold that low, which I don't know if we will. That should be fine. See where that goes. AMD does move down pretty quick. You just don't really have a place to get in there. Amazon pushes down. Mandy, good morning. How are you? Microsoft falls out of the sky. Meta coming back down. Don't really have anything we're rejecting there. I mean, AMD is done in terms of TLM. I don't think there's really anything else we're looking for here. I guess maybe if we start trending up, you look for a reversal to the upside on that, but this as well. Just think AVGO wise, spreads are probably the biggest issue here. Yeah. The spreads are bad. Don't love that. Man, I wish Gook bounced off something. This structure is actually nice. Just went a little too low. Microsoft getting through demand. It's a good sign for shorts. If you are looking at that. Boeing again, we don't really bounce off anything. I mean, unless you're considering supply there. which I guess technically could. Apple moving. It's good to see. That is good to see. What's HUD doing today? Dropping lower. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. It's not fun. All right. Let's see if Apple can impress us. Amazon drops off. I'm surprised Amazon opened this low. It's the most shocking thing to me. We do hit that 45-minute supply. Could see that moving lower, to be honest. Meta coming back down. This would be really hard to. That'd be really hard to enter on a TLM play. Really difficult. The only thing maybe you could do is like an entry somewhere in here and put your stop here. That stop is just not super convincing. So I probably won't do that. But that is something you're looking at. Maybe that's how you trade it. AVGL is still coming back down. Goog pushing down. Again, just don't really have, we don't really have an entry anywhere there. It sucks, but probably won't trade Boeing. We're just looking at that. I like Spine Q's doing. Both of these are trending down. Is that maybe a little bit of supply there? We bounced off. AMD rotates all the way through. Nvidia's not off of anything. TSM just still constantly being the strongest thing on the market. Very quick rotation for Oracle. Apple still moving. Decent break on Meta. Again, I just don't know if you... I don't know how you feel about Meta. I just don't know if I trust that stop. Shop drop, did it? Where it dropped to? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, interesting. That's a Microsoft pullback? Yeah, I would like it. We'd have to pull back, though. That's the problem. But I would like it, to be fair. Pushing up nicely. Like to see that. Meta could have been good. Again, if you really wanted to and you got in somewhere around here, like a stop there, this would have been a really good trade. It's a tough one, right? It's just tough because of that open. Kind of breaking above this high over here. It does make it really tough. We'll see if... I'm not super confident in Apple keeping up this momentum to the upside, in all honesty. We'll see if it can. I feel like if we break that high, we'll go right to our target, but got to break that high first. Yeah, Uber's just way down. Goog, I don't think really going to have anything. You could see if we might bounce maybe off like this 45, but you have to get all the way back up to like 321.50 and then retrace back off of that. That just feels like you're asking a lot. Especially for something that some people might consider more bearish right now. So it's another big problem with that. Microsoft, again, we need to retrace. See, we do get that demand on Apple. Right here, just on the 30. So we bounced off it yesterday, close to close. And then, of course, open this morning, breaking that high. Oh, no. You don't think Meta will bounce? No. I don't. I don't indeed. It doesn't look like it's going to. At least based on what it's doing now. Amazon dropping off even more. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This thing just feels, I mean, this feels so cheap, dude. 204. I was saying this thing was cheap at 220. Never mind, 204. This, I'm not gonna lie. So if you're in Apple, just want you to know that I'm not super confident just with that move. And kind of relative to what everything else is doing. Now, if we come up and break this high, it's a different story. But where we're at right now, it's not fill me with confidence. But we'll see where we go. Maybe the market will take a nice little bounce here. That would be nice. PLTR does not quite get to that demand. And we do probably hit demands. We don't. I mean, we hit the wick. But obviously, if we got a little closer, that would have been better. I don't think we have 10 a.m. news. No. So we're good there. Amazon's very similar to Microsoft at this point. I like both of those if you're looking for a short. I don't think there's anything here with Goog. Honestly, I keep looking at it, but the only thing is maybe that 45-minute demand, if you considered that. I just don't know how much I like that. Yeah, I don't know about that. That will kind of work its way back up. We'll see where that goes. AVGO come back up. What I think, still think this would have been good. Could have had a little bit of a safer target, maybe on a better retrace too, to get out of there around this drop. But at this point, is it something I would really enter? Probably not. I don't think I would. It looks like it ended up being a pretty solid trade if you took it. Is going down as their put. I mean, there could have been someone here. That's kind of what I was talking about with the TLM trade, but right now, probably not, unless you got a retrace of some kind. I would like you to be bouncing off supply a little better, but we're not, which is a little bit unfortunate. AVGO is probably done. Microsoft just, it doesn't look like it's going to retrace. Again, I would like it. I would like it on a retrace, assuming we didn't hit, yeah, we didn't hit any sort of demand yet. So I would like that. Again, Amazon on a retrace would not be bad either. Assuming you think kind of this dump is going to continue. Apple's moving strong. Looks like SPY and Qs had one good green candle that kind of got wiped out instantly. So I'm not watching anything there. AMD, very good reversal. Now, unfortunately, your demand is going to be down here at 214, so you don't quite hit demand. And you are bouncing off like a 4-hour for reversal. So I guess if you wanted to look at that has like John written all over it. I guess if you were looking at something like that for a reversal, maybe bouncing off that gap. It is good structure. It's a good reversal. So I wouldn't hate if someone did like a retrace off this, enter somewhere down in here, probably even lower actually. Even if you wanted to see if we could get down to like this area, I wouldn't hate it. That was quite the drop real quick. That is, wow, what a candle. What a freaking candle. Basically wiped out this big green one we just got. Huh. So that is fine. Q's in that candle as well. IWM just can't find a single green candle today. Outside of that open, really. PLTR structure is very similar to IWM yesterday. Very similar. So I do wish we bounced. Do wish we hit that demand and bounced. We just hit wick, which I'm not a huge fan of. Goop goes below demand. Nvidia trending back up. AVGO trended back up. That's interesting. Man, how I would have loved Oracle if we were off supply there. That structure is very good. There's not off supply at all. Very, very clean structure though. Wow, Hood's still struggling. Thought maybe on Hood you see a little bit of a pushback towards that gap, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. IWM fills the gap, so we'll see if that continues through. Qs and SPYs are still up for the day. Not trending in the right direction, but still up. But it doesn't quite retrace enough. Amazon looks like it might start. Yeah, I think we'll ride with we'll just ride with Apple, see if this gets up to that target. Kind of see where we're at there. I think that'll probably be the only thing I look at today. Again, I think AMD could be good if you're looking on the retrace there, but outside of that, just gonna stay in the Apple one. And yeah, we'll kind of go from there. I think that's our best move. See what AMD does, but I do have to run a little bit early, so I do apologize. But yeah, we'll see if Apple works out. Appreciate you guys coming out. Hopefully Apple works out. Unfortunately, can't stay to see if it does. But yeah, we'll go from there. So appreciate you guys. And what did you say about Meta? Why? I just said I would have liked if it bounced off supply. Like it has a good structure to the downside, but it didn't hit supply. So that's the only thing. But it does look like Apple's trending in the right direction. Hopefully this will be a win. And yeah, we'll go from there. So again, appreciate you guys. I will see Freedom Team guys on Friday, and the rest of you I'll see you next Wednesday. So enjoy your day. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.